Hello everybody, Something for Nothing time, and today we're looking at Dwarf Fortress. Well, I say today, but this is actually going to span over a couple of days because I'm going to be doing 3 videos on just this one game, because there are to my mind, 3 main ways you can play it. So, this is Dwarf Fortress by Tarn and Zach Adams of Bay 12 Games, and we're going to start by looking at Fortress mode, which is quite possibly the most famous game mode, as it were. And so I'm going to use this fort here, which is one I've already got some way with, etc. Right, let's go. Right, here's my mountain fastness, as it were. So, as you can see, we've got these little smiley face dudes here. These are our dwarves. They've all got their own names, and if we actually look at their thoughts and preferences, as you can see here, they've got their own they've got their own thoughts and feelings. For instance, this chap lives life at a leisurely pace. He is willing to compromise. He is not affected by the suffering of others. Do you know what? This guy's actually quite a lot like me. I don't exhale sharply when I become exasperated. No, yes I do actually. Definitely need alcohol to get through the working day. Yeah, that is basically me, actually. I'm not quick to anger. Well, I like to think I'm not quick to anger. But apart from that, I can actually customise him, so I could give this chap a nickname, so I'm going to call him Ted, because he is basically me. And look, there he is, so he's just going to bustle about. I'm a little ill at the moment, so if you hear me coughing and spluttering or anything like that, please just forgive me. So, let's have a look at this fort we got here. So there's like a paved road here, which is more or less useless. I just used that to get rid of some stone, of which I have like way too much. I've got 2 catapults flanking the entrance. We'll fire one of them just for fun. Actually, I'll set it to prepare to fire. Oh god, there's a miasma filling up my butcher's shop. There's probably lots of rotten crap in there. Yep. Lovely. Lovely. They seem to be hauling that grey guy there. That miner seems to be hauling it away to the rubbish pile, which is down there. So that's all good. Sorry. Because miasma gives dwarves bad moods, because, I mean, you'd be in a bit of a bad mood if you walked into a cloud of purple crap coming out of a rotting piece of meat. But, you got to keep your dwarves happy, because if they get in a too bad a mood, they'll go into a tantrum, and that means they'll like run around smashing things. Sometimes they may accidentally kill someone, and oh, looks like this guy's ready to fire our catapult. So fire at will. Whee! We don't need to keep firing, so I'll just set fire, and then look at it go. Oh, and because there it is. There's our catapult round, as it were, down there. I use catapults because they use rocks for ammunition, so you don't have to keep making things for it. Unlike ballistas, which are the other type of siege weapon, you have to make bolts for those. It's kind of annoying. But yeah, tantrums. The thing about tantrums is if one dwarf gets a tantrum, then other dwarves who come into contact with that dwarf will also get a bad mood. Because I mean, if someone runs around like tries to kill your dog or something, you're going to be a bit upset, and that can then cause that dwarf to have a tantrum, and so it basically spreads, and so your like orderly fortress can just be completely annihilated by one guy who's having a bit of a bad day. So the top level here is my main sort of workshop's defense area. That's my gem storage. That's my jeweler's shop. That's my still. I've got a siege workshop, craft store shop, mechanic workshop. Considering I've got a population of 17, a siege workshop probably isn't strictly necessary, but hey, I won immigration, I got a siege engineer, so I thought I better put me use. Next floor down is the sleeping quarters. Dwarves don't need a lot of space, so I just bung them in a little 2 by 1 room with a bed and a chest. Over here's my farm, not the most productive right now, but it provides much needed shrooms, which we can make into both food and booze. so that's always good. Down here we've got, this is weapons and armor storage. I've actually got some weapons made of turtle shells here, which are almost completely useless, but whatever. And we've got like general goods, furniture, etc. storage here, and this is the sort of dining hall area there. Now going down, this map didn't actually spawn with a lot in the way of metal, so I'm busy digging some shafts down in order to try and discover some. Haven't had any luck yet. I'm afraid it's not going too well. Oh dear. So right, let's have a look at our stats. So we've exploited quite a bit of wealth, and some traders came and we just gave them a load of gems for some, mostly for food because we were starving at the time. You can see the constitution of the fort there. Animals, we've got a couple of dogs. I'm planning to hold off giving those to anyone, and going to train them as war dogs to protect the fort. These 2 horses I'm keeping because if there's a food shortage I can slaughter them. Kitchens, I'm gonna talk. Oh, I can't. But basically, this is just what I can grow and what I have. These are all my stones. Who cares really? And that's my stocks again. Who cares? Yeah. So, right. That's a look at. This is a sort of a fort in progress. What I can show you actually, if I swap out, is I will now show you another one of my forts in which I actually altered the raw files of the game to make my dwarves like never need sleep or drink or food, so, and like all have legendary skills. Just because, frankly, I already had an honest game going, so I thought I'll have a dishonest one just to see what I can accomplish. And so we'll go have a look at that game now. Right, this fort is my ridiculously hacked one, and as you can see it is much better than the other one. Right, now I actually have since updated the game since hacking all of the raws, so I basically, the last time I loaded up this world, everyone just immediately went to sleep, so I might just have to keep this in pause mode, but I suppose I could do some things. So up top, well, up very top, I suppose, we have, well, this here building is a windmill, which we don't really need, but I just built it when I was trying to learn how to do gears and stuff. This is like a meeting square. You notice all the dead animals, that's because I put a pasture there, and apparently if you pasture animals they get really angry and try to kill each other, but whatever. There's also some people meeting on the roof because, hey, there's space. As you can see, this fort has a population of a lot more than the other fort. Again, hacks. Right, this is our trade depot. Oh, actually, I have nobles in this fort, as you can see. Now he wants me to make nickel. I don't have any nickel ore, so he's just going to have to deal with it, I'm afraid. Oh yeah, back on track. Up in the corners here and down here, we've got a couple of defensive towers. See, they're all like fortified, so we can shoot at them. They've got catapults on the roof. There are also ballistas on the walls. So even though I don't think we've had any invasions yet on this fort, probably due to the way the world was generated, then they'd have a hard time getting in, especially because looking at our military, that's a main fighting squad, that's just the captain of the guard, he does his own thing, and we've got 2 crossbow. I think these are all Marks dwarves, even though it says differently, but they're Marks dwarf squads, so in the event of a siege we'd place our Marks dwarves either in like the towers or along the walls. We'd get dudes up on the ballistas and we'd have our fighting guys ready, but also as a sort of precaution, up at the top of these 2 towers on either side of the gate, we've got these levers, which, actually I won't bother doing that just yet, but they are linked up to a drawbridge here, which when pulled retracts, so it's like a defense thing, and as you can see there's like a ditch underneath. There are also ammo supplies at the base of each tower. As in the other fort, this is all my workshops up top. I've got more. I've got, for example, kennels. Everything's a lot neater than the other fort. This is sort of my pride and joy, even if it is hacked to a ridiculous extent. This is my sort of monster disposal area. So we've got like cages and stuff, and they get dumped through these down these hatches, and they fall into this pit. And as you can see, currently we've got a rat, a large roach, and a lizard, and a firefly down here. Whatever. Second floor down, we got our stone stockpiles, like our stockpiles of these apparently weapons or something, I don't know, or just general crap. And this is our food stockpile. These are all like full to bursting. We've also apparently got ballista arrows in here, you know, but why not? Sleeping quarters. This is where, right, these guys here are our, who look really happy because they're beating the crap out of each other in training. These are all our soldiers. This is our dining hall. As you can see, we've got like our mayor, our broker, and our chief medical dwarf just hanging out. This is like a hospital area. This is, what's this? Oh, this is like the mayor's quarters or something. And no, I think these might be the mayor's quarters and those are someone else's quarters, but they're like noble quarters, which is why they're much more impressive than the other ones. We've got detailed walls, so because each Dwarf Fortress world has like a really detailed history, so these walls actually have images from that historical events that actually happened on the walls. So if you like make a fort and do something epic and then it becomes a historical event and then you found another fort, you might actually engrave an image of that event on your walls, which I think is pretty cool. This is like a prison here. I've only got 2 chains in at the moment. Just some empty levels. This is like a burial level. I don't know if anyone's actually in these, actually. I could probably see. Oh yeah, there's dead people in here. I forget how most of these people died, but somehow I'm assuming. Right, this is a mass sleeping quarters, because as you can see we've got our normal like 2x2, 2x1 rooms, but we've also got dormitories, which can fit loads of dwarfs in them. So that's a good economical way once you get a large fort to house people. Nothing. This is a fun little maze I designed. It's not a very good maze, but there are traps in it. That's what these are, and levers, and we have like a treasure room at the end which doesn't have much treasure in it. It's got a couple of artifacts. Artifacts are produced by dwarves who go into strange moods and they start demanding certain things, and if you give them to them, then they like go, woo, I'm really happy, and they make an amazing legendary artifact. If you don't give them to them, they either like go all really depressed and try and kill themselves, or they go mad and kill everyone else. This here is our sort of arena. I haven't had a chance to test this yet. I want to get some animals trapped in these cages, put them in here, make them fight. There's like some spikes to skewer them. These are like bars to the arena, and up here there's a seating area. That's like the control room for the traps and the gate. Further down, is there anything? I think I ran out of stuff further down. We're currently digging this level out. So, as you can see, also I'm trying to pave over this area here. This takes freaking ages, let me tell you. And I may have to end this look at Fortress mode here, because really I could either spend like 6 hours showing you everything I possibly could, or I could just give you a brief overview and then move on, which is actually what I'd rather do. So if you want to know more, then by all means try the game for yourself. It's completely free, obviously, that's why it's in this series, and it's hard to get into. It has been described as having the learning curve of a cliff with spikes, but it's such a rewarding game if you do persevere, and really there's nothing else quite like it. There's a bit of Minecraft in here. Minecraft is apparently partially inspired by this. There's also like management games. there's incredible violence. I mean, seriously, if you see things fighting in Dwarf Fortress, then it's like just limbs get severed, you like spines are broken. It's pretty brutal. For a game with very little graphics, as you can see, it is pretty graphic. And so, right, we're going to finish this look at Fortress mode, and we'll be back next time with a look at Adventurer mode, which is going to be the next video on this game. So thank you for watching, and goodbye.